What's good, everybody? It's your boy Rob back with another video. I'm here to talk to you about my 2-week ownership with the Pixel 4a. Now, this phone, in my opinion, has been a very surprisingly good phone. I've been happy from the standpoint that this phone, for $350, you get a nice amount of internal storage, starting at 128 gigabytes of internal storage. You get 6 gigs of RAM. You're getting an excellent display. You get a great camera, probably the best still photography. You're also getting a nice refined version of Android, the stock version of Android, and they add just a small tinge of theming, though I wish they would have added a little more. But let's start with the body. Now, the body of this phone, the polycarbonated or plastic, however which way, whatever fancy word you want to use, plastic or polycarbonated, we all know it's plastic. But at the same time, it was a great choice for this phone. I think a phone with a glass build, and you can find some at this price point, can be an issue if it becomes damaged, cracked, or something of that nature. I think it would be pretty hard to repair something like that, especially the type of phones that we're talking about at this price point. They pretty much stuck with a simple formula, which is actually working for them. Now, the negative on the actual build quality is that the phone itself, from a size standpoint, is kind of small. I kind of wish that they had a larger build to the phone, but overall it did take some time to get used to, and you know, it's neither here nor there. Either you adjust or you don't adjust, and if you don't adjust, that's probably going to be a possible deal breaker for those who is wishing to find a larger phone, because Google really don't have any intentions of building anything bigger in this price range. Now, the display itself is very nice, very clean, beautiful, bright, punchy colors. I was very surprised at the display. The haptic feedback that comes that you feel through the actual display is somewhat strong, and I was kind of surprised at that, because usually phones at this price point have very bad haptic feedback when it comes to typing and those type of things. But I was surprised at how great that was. Now, as far as just the overall color reproduction, no problem. You can go in and make some adjustments to it, but at the same time, this display does suffer in bright sunlight, but I can't knock it for that issue. I think, again, it may be a price cutting decision of having a certain type of display in here. And again, you can't knock it. It's not a deal breaker to me. Now, this phone does have dual speakers, which is great. And a lot of phones usually have bottom firing speakers. It's rare you may find a dual speaker phone at $350, but I'm happy about that. Now, the battery itself, you know, I was kind of worried about it, but the battery, actually, I can get through a whole day with this Pixel 4a. Battery works out for me, have no issues with it. I'm a medium user, but then again, how I use the phone, where I'm able to get through a 5-6 hour day of listening and doing the things that I like to do with this phone. You know, your usage may vary from mine, but from me being a person who streams a lot, listen to podcasts, I listen to music literally a majority of my work day, and I'm able to get through the day without any kind of problems. Usually when I get home, I'm around like 8, well, I would say 8 to 20%, depending on what I was doing, if I was trying to really push the phone that day. But I would say between, let's say 10 to 20% battery life. Now, there's some features on this phone a lot of people want to knock this phone for. I hear people say, well, wireless charging, some kind of IP68 rating, something of that nature should be added. But I am probably one of the few people who who is not mad at them leaving out those type of things. You know, going in when the phone was announced that this $350 price point, you're going to have an expectation that this phone is going to be missing some of those key features that a lot of people like. So it doesn't really bother me. And in a lot of ways, I think it could be, you know, kind of a cheap shot to kind of go after this particular Pixel 4a for lacking some of those things. Now, as an overall package, one of the things that got me worried about this phone in general is the Snapdragon 730G. Now, in my opinion, this is not a processor that I can see carrying this phone for more than maybe 2 years at the most. And that's going to be really pushing it. The 730 itself is not a type of processor, I think, that can keep up with the things, keep up with the different types of software, the optimization, because I think this is the type of processor over time it will start showing its age, and you're going to start maybe getting, I don't want to say sputtering, but just a little bit of poor performance, a little lagginess, and things of that nature to be expected from this type of processor. I'm saying maybe 2 or 3 years later. Now, this phone is a great transitional phone. If somebody is, let's say, in the Apple ecosystem and they want to try a little bit of Android life, this is a good phone that really don't involve you investing a full $1,000 in a flagship Android phone. I mean, I would recommend this phone to anybody who needs a good work phone, a second phone, first phone. A lot of young people who may be wanting to get their first phone and you don't want to invest a lot of money in that first phone. This is in direct competition with the iPhone SE, and I think in a lot of ways it is far superior than the iPhone SE. But that's just my opinion. But that pretty much does it for this video about the Pixel 4a. Again, great phone. Shout out to everybody that's on TeamPixel, and shout out to everybody who subscribed to my channel. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I catch everybody in the next video.